Good morning, everyone, and a very warm welcome to each and every one of you in today's GK class of 7th Standard. Okay, I again welcome you all once again after your unit tests are over, as this is your second unit test. As this is your second class after the unit test. So, if you remember, in the last class, we have discussed over some of the syllabus, and thereafter we started our bookish part. In the same way, here also, first we are going to discuss the syllabus today, and thereafter we will be going ahead with the bookish part. Is that clear? So, since we are still on the half yearly portions only, okay, so we are not going to just go with a very high speed or within a very great speed. Okay, so today we will be just moving ahead slowly and slowly. Okay, and we will be able to first try our level best to complete our GK portion of the half yearly related pages. Okay, so before going ahead, let me first show you the syllabus. Okay, periodic test 1 we have already completed, and what I remember is that in the last class we have done 11, 17 and 21. That was our last page number was 21. Okay, so today what we are going to do is that we are going to do these three pages, that is your 28, 33 and 36. Okay, these are the three pages which we are going to do today, and thereafter we will discuss some more issues related to your current affairs and everything. Okay, I hope I'm on the right syllabus. Okay, class 7th only. Alright, this one. Okay, 28, 33 and 36. Alright, so I hope this much is clear. And one more thing I forgot to show you here, that is, if you remember, that is, then we will be only left behind with these two pages, but these two pages have been already done here. If you can see 22 and 37. Okay, 22 and 37 we have already done, so 22 and 37 we don't have to do. That is, what does that mean? That is, if we are going to complete these three pages today, so we will not be behind. That is, we will be able to complete our entire portions of the GK today. Is that clear to each and everyone? Okay, so let us start with the very first part. Okay, and before going ahead, again I would like to tell you that I hope all of you are following the instructions which have been given. Okay, and not only you but each and everyone present on the surface of the earth, since they are facing the same pandemic situation, so each and everyone is taking utmost care, all the necessary precautions, so that you as well as your family remains on a safer side. Okay, before going ahead, one more thing I would like to share, that is, since as you all are eagerly waiting for your UT1 results, okay, in the same way we are also eagerly waiting for your results, so that we can also have an idea that whatever has been taught by us, are you able to grasp it? Have you achieved your 100% or 90% or 95%? Where are the shortcomings are there? Whether the shortcomings are there from our side or from your side, so that we can have a much more healthy discussion over that Zoom app, over that also, and we can go ahead, try to solve our problems and gain or good secure good marks. Okay, so starting with this, let me first and the foremost thing, share the screen, and now we'll be going ahead with the. Okay, so this is our very first page number, that is your martial arts. If we talk about the martial arts, so we are very much what you can say, attracted by it. We are very much fond of it. Okay, because basically the kung fu movies, that is the Chinese movies which are there, we love to see the fights, the martial arts which are being performed, basically the kung fu and everything, basically the kung fu only. Okay, and most of us, we prefer or we just wish that whether we can also do the same task, but it is not a very easy task. Okay, so starting with this, as you know that this page number as well as the next page number, they are very much correlated to each other. Okay, so since they are very much correlated to each other, so but in your syllabus, since only page number 28 has been mentioned, so this page number, that is page number 28, we will be just following it, and 29 and 28 both are very much correlated to each other. Okay, so first let me see, I hope I have shared the screen with you. Okay, now let us start with this one, that is your martial arts. Complete the crossword by naming these martial arts with the help of the given pictures and clues. Okay, so starting with the first one, if you can see here, so we have two positions are there, that is your horizontal positions as well as your vertical positions. Okay, from top to bottom you have vertical, from left to right you have horizontal positions. Okay, so starting with this, that is first we will be completing the horizontal part, and thereafter we will be going ahead with the vertical part. Okay, so starting with the horizontal part, what we are able to see is, that is the very first one. Okay, sorry, let us start with the vertical one. So this one, number one is your vertical, that is your boxing. Okay, then number two, that is your Kalari-Payattu. Okay, this is also one of the martial arts only. Okay, next, I hope this one is there, that is your Kalari-Payattu. Okay, most probably, I'm not sure, but I would say this thing. Next we have number three. Number three is not there in this. Okay, this one here it is, that is your Jiu-Jitsu. Then it is your number four, that is your Taekwondo. Taekwondo is this one. I'm sure for this one. Okay, or this can be Karate as well. Okay, Taekwondo can be this one as well, or yes, most probably it is that one or this. No. Okay, this one is across. Okay, now see, down, most probably this one only is the, this is the third down, this is the fourth down, fourth one, this is your Taekwondo. Okay, next we have, that is your, we just now discussed second down. Second down is your Kalari-Payattu, this one only which I was talking of you about. First one is boxing, that is this one, where it is, this one. Okay, next we have, that is all the things we have done. Now let us move ahead to the across ones. So number two, that is you have Kung Fu, this one. Okay, across. Number three, that is your Silambam. Okay, that is your number five. Okay, number five is this one, Silambam. Okay, next is your number three, that is your Judo. We have the third one across here, this one. Okay, next we have five, we have already done. Now it is time for the sixth one, that is your Sambo or Sambo. Okay, number six, that is your this one. Okay, next we have the seventh one, that is the Karate. Okay, that's it. We have this much martial arts which are being available to us. Okay, boxing, Kung Fu, most of us we know. If we talk about some of the special ones like Kalari-Payattu is there, Jiu-Jitsu is there, or Silambam is there, what are they? Okay, if we have a little bit idea about this thing. So Kung Fu is made famous worldwide by Bruce Lee. The various movements of this martial art form copy the fighting styles of animals. Okay, next we have Silambam, this is the martial art from Tamil Nadu. It mainly uses a bamboo staff as a weapon. Sorry. Okay, next is a Russian combat sport. Its name means self-defense without weapons, that is your Sambo. Okay, that is number 6, which is here. Okay, next is Kalari-Payattu, which is the martial art originated in Kerala. In this art, the opponent uses methods such as strikes, kicks, grappling, weaponry and healing. Okay, so that is your Kalari-Payattu, this one. Alright. Jiu-Jitsu is the name of the martial art which means the gentle way. This is one of the Japanese art which uses holds, throws, paralyzing blows to subdue an opponent. That is your jujitsu part. Okay, that is your number 3 down. Okay, so this was there for all martial arts. If we move ahead with the next page, that is your Hollywood. Okay, if you think about this Hollywood class, so most of us, you would be aware that Hollywood is what? Hollywood is basically related to all those actors which are present outside India, okay, in other countries like your US is there or any other something like that. Okay, next is you have Bollywoods. You know that is Bollywoods are basically from India, and from India also basically from the eastern parts basically, or whatever we have here, that is what do you call it, to be like Amitabh Bachchan, Shah Rukh Khan, Salman Khan, all these the movies which are being made, they are all from your Bollywood movies only. Okay, basically they belong to Bollywood category. And not only that, apart from this Bollywood, we have Tollywood also. Okay, T in place of H, if you add B here, so it becomes Bollywood. If you add T here, so it becomes Tollywood. So Tollywood is basically related to the Telugu films, that is your South films which are there. They are your Tollywood films. Okay, but what you will be able to find nowadays, that is not only this, that is your not only this Bollywood is there, or basically you will find that the actors from Bollywood, they are going into Tollywood. That is a mixture of Bollywood and Tollywood are made, a mixture of Hollywood and Bollywood are made. Okay, so all this is just to attract the spectators, to have much more audience, and to have much more profit as well. Okay, let us start with this. Identify these famous actors and write their names in the blanks. Choose your answers from the help box. Okay, this is very famous one. If you remember Will Smith, and you would have seen him very frequently in the Hollywood movies. Okay, next one we have Julia Roberts. Okay, this lady is also very famous, but I have never seen her in any of the films which I have watched till now. Okay, maybe you all would have seen. Third person, that is your Richard Gere. Okay, next one we have Annie Hathaway. Okay, next she is your Emma Stone or Emma Stone, anything you may pronounce it. Next is your Rowan Atkinson. Okay, if you can observe, his face is somewhat like to what do we, that famous funny character, I don't remember him. Okay, moving ahead to the next one, he is your Adam Sandler. And the last, Jennifer Aniston. Okay, Aniston. Okay, so these are the famous Hollywood characters. Moving ahead to the fact file, we have Katharine Hepburn is the only actress to receive 4 Oscars and maximum nominations, that is 12. She won all 4 for Best Actress. Okay, moving ahead with the child actors, that is all those people just like you. Okay, just because of their characters, just because of their plays, just because of their techniques, dramas and everything, they are able to gain a lot of name and fame as well as money in the industry, just on the basis of their hard work and the plays which are being, or the character which has been given to them, and they are able to give their 110% in them, and as a result of which they are able to make themselves famous in a very short span of life. Okay, so starting with them, let me have a view over them. Let us have a view. Okay, starting with the first one, that is identify the film Identify the films these child actors have acted in and write their names in the blanks. Okay, choose your answers from the help box. Starting with the first one, that is your Harshali Malhotra. She was the character in the film Bajrangi Bhaijaan. Okay. Next we have Mackenzie Foy. That was the Twilight Saga. That is the Breaking Dawn. This is the name of the film, and the character which was played, it was Mackenzie Foy. Next we have Darshil Safari. That is Tare Jami Pe, if you remember the famous movie of Amir Khan. Moving ahead with the next one, that is your Jaden Smith, the film Karate Kid. If you remember, this Karate Kid movie is basically the movie based on the sports only. Okay, and if you remember, I have told you also this thing, and I requested you to please have a look over these movies because they are very much interesting movies. Okay, what I remember, one last scene of this movie I would like to tell you, that is since this person was very much this boy was very much fascinated by the kung fu style, so he wanted to have a practice, or he wanted to learn kung fu, but he was not able to do that, and finally he got a person, someone from outside, okay, who trained him a lot just by taking out his shirt or jacket and keeping it on a pole which was there, like a kind of hanger. He just have to remove it, he just have to put it on, put it off, put it on, put it off, that's it. Okay, this was the things. So he was very much annoyed with it. Okay, that is he told his master, that is मैं यहाँ पे kung fu सीखने के लिए आया हूँ, कोई यहाँ पे ये जैकेट उतारने और जैकेट पहनने के लिए नहीं आया हूँ. So finally after 2 days, 3 days when he did this, so initially he came to know that an incident happened, or his master attacked on him, so he defended him. So then his master told him, he correlated that thing, that kung fu is, this is kung fu only. Okay, in the same way, if you remember, if you would have seen the movie Chandni Chowk to China of Akshay Kumar. Okay, so when Akshay Kumar wanted to take the revenge from Hojo, okay, in that the villain was Hojo, who killed his uncle Mithun Chakravarti. Okay, so he killed him that, and a very famous song is there, that is Aaj Phatte Chak Laan De. Okay, that is a very famous song is there. I would love to hear that, and at the same time I would say you also to please have a view over that song. And in that entire song basically it has been shown that how he struggles a lot in order to learn kung fu. Okay, and the moves were very simple. In there also he got annoyed with his master because his master told him to just roll his hand on a kind of wooden piece was there, ठीक है, और उस पे जैसे रोटी हम लोग बेलते हैं, तो in the same way he was told to roll his hand. So there also he told the same thing, that is मैं यहाँ पे kung fu सीखने आया हूँ, रोटी बेलने के लिए नहीं, तो मुझे kung fu सिखाओ. Okay, so then all of a sudden he said something to his master. So his master threw that table on which he was eating something on Akshay Kumar. So just Akshay Kumar just defended it like this, and that entire table got broken up into pieces. Okay, so then his master also told him the same thing, that is, this is kung fu. Okay, so these are the instances. It is not very easy, not very difficult, okay, but not very easy as well. It requires a lot of practice, and without practice you are not able to achieve anything. Okay, so please have a look over both these songs only, and if possible try to go for that entire movie as well, that is the both the Karate Kid as well as Chandni Chowk to China. Okay, both are the very famous movies. Next one, if we move ahead, let me show you the screen first. Now we can go ahead. Okay, this one, that is your Neil Sethi. He was there in the film, that is your Jungle Book. Next is your Harsh Mayer, that is I Am Kalam. Okay, if I remember, this was also a very famous movie, okay, in which he helped the son of the king of that area to he has written some Hindi what do you say, Hindi essay was there, a competition was there, a Hindi competition was there. So in that case, what happened? The king's child was not very good at Hindi. So what he did, he just wrote that entire essay in Hindi, or a speech or something was there. And when he just went and he just read it out, ठीक है, उसने जा करके वहाँ स्टेज पे सारा बस पढ़ दिया. So he just won first prize in that, okay, and he completely gave that credit to this Kalam only, okay, that is I am Kalam, that is your I hope the name was Hirschmeyer, okay. So in the same way, in the last there was a blame was put on him, that is he has stolen something. But finally, when he went to Delhi, okay, the king as well as his son, they went to Delhi to find him out. Finally, they found him out, and they took him back to Rajasthan, Jaipur, and they got his admission in the same school where king's child was going, okay. So in this way, he was able to help that one, as at the same time he was able to gain knowledge as well, okay. Starting with the next one, we have Abigail Breslin, that is your Little Miss Sunshine. Next one we have Aisha Kapoor, that is your Black movie. Next is your Dakota Fanning, that is I Am Sam, okay. So I request each and every one of you to just please go through these films, okay. Some of you, I told you to have over them as priority, because see, these are some of the inspirating films over which you are going to gain something only. You will be getting inspired by it, but the last decision is yours only. It depends on you only whether you are how much keen to know, or how much you are interested in that, okay. So this was all. I hope we don't have anything. We have only 3 pages today, okay. Yes, our entire bookish part is over, okay. So since our bookish part has been completed, so now we can go ahead with the current affairs part, and thereafter we will be going ahead to the end of the today's session, okay. Since you know that already we have completed, that is now with this bookish part we have completed our half yearly syllabus, okay. And since we have completed our half yearly syllabus, so now we will be moving ahead with the annual part, that is from the next week or maybe next to next week, okay. So whatever the things are there, whatever the situations are there, depending on that situations only we will be going ahead with it, okay. Let me share the screen, and then we are going to go ahead with the current affairs part, okay. This is the very first one. I request you, okay, let us start with the first one, that is India and Uzbekistan on August 24, 2020, that is 4 days before, they conducted the first ever meeting of National Coordination Committee. The committee was constituted with an aim to monitor implementation of projects that have been mutually agreed between India and Uzbekistan, okay. So this was done, or this committee was set up under our Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi and the President of Uzbekistan, okay. Next one we have the World Health Organization certifies Africa free from wild polio, okay. Here the concept is that is the entire Africa, that is, if you can see, 75,000 children in Africa were paralyzed by polio in 1996. So 1996, if you calculate from now, so it will be approximately 24 years, okay. So that is before 24 years only. A lot of pandemic break was there, just like now we have the corona outbreak. In the same way, at that time polio outbreak was there, and just initially, that is around 1996 or around 2000 only, our government as well as the world's government with World Health Organization, non-governmental workers NGOs and everything, they started this polio drive. Okay, or if you remember, nowadays also most of the times you will find that within a month or within 2 months, one or two ladies come with a big box, a small box is there with them, and they used to ask if you have any child in your home who wants to have the polio drops. ठीक है, 2 से 4 drops डाले जाते हैं, and this polio is going to prevent you or provide you the immunity so that you may not get damaged or paralyzed. Okay, तो ये बहुत ही पहले से इनिशिएटिव चल रहा था गवर्नमेंट का, and finally after 20 to 24 years they have won. The initiative has come or became fruitful. That is, all the patients or the polio, there is no polio case now, and the last polio case was around 4 years before, that is around in 2016 only, and that too only in one part of Africa, that was Nigeria. Okay, moving ahead with some more. Kerala's first ever dragonfly festival, that is World Wildlife Fund. This WWF stands for World Wildlife Fund. Don't take it to be your World WWF, that fighting ones. Okay, World Wrestling fan or whatever it is. Okay, so it is not that one. Here basically, since this is the initiative to protect your wildlife, insects, animals and everyone. Okay, next we have the examples of the RTOS. Now what is these RTOS? I'll be showing you. Before that, let me tell you, okay, let me show you that first, then we'll be going ahead. Okay, RTOS stands for real time operating system. Okay, now what is this real time operating system? Let me first explain you this thing. Okay, now see, the thing is that this we have two basic types of operating system. जैसे आप operating systems use करते हैं, तो आप लोग जिस पे use करते हो, that is basically Windows. Okay, उसके पहले था XP. Okay, फिर Classic, Windows 7, Windows 9, Windows 10. Okay, Windows 10, 12, 14 तक भी शायद आ चुका है. I'm not very much sure about this. So this is basically a platform where you can run your softwares and everything. Okay, so this real-time operating system, that is the example is your Linux, that is the very first one. So since I am using that Linux operating system, so I'll be showing you the glimpse of that. Okay, okay, this is your Linux operating system. Okay, if you can see here, what you are able to see, that is the entire appearance and everything is different. Okay, basically in Windows you find the taskbar at the very bottom here. Okay, on your home screen. Here it is not like this. Here it is basically all these menus are there. Okay, and some of these taskbars are given at the top. Okay, some I would like to share here, that is in Windows you have Microsoft Word here. In case of this one you have LibreOffice Writer. In Windows you have spreadsheets, that is your Excel, Microsoft Excel. Here you have your LibreOffice calculator. The work is same. Okay, if I'm showing you this thing, if you can see here, okay, this is the same like your Microsoft Word, but you are not getting your the names are different, as well as the format is also different. Okay, on the right hand side you will not be able to see anything like minimize, maximize and close. Here also you will not be able to see. You just have the only option to exit either from here or use the shortcut key. Okay, Microsoft Excel, I told you, is known by LibreOffice Calc. Okay, this is also the same thing. Okay, entire things or some of the functions are different, but most of the thing you will find much more common here. Okay, here also if you can see some of the things you will be finding able, if you can see here, see here. Okay, on the right hand side you don't have anything, minimize, maximize or close, but here you will be able to see here, this is your maximize. Okay, this is your minimize and this is your close as well. Okay, so this is how you can do this thing. Okay, from here we have to close it. In the same way you have the LibreOffice Impress is there, and there you have the Microsoft PowerPoint is there. Okay, See, the same things are there, but little bit layouts and everything, menus and everything, they are different. Okay, so here also the same thing, you have to close it from here only. Okay, in the same way, the name of the browsers are different. Here it is your simply the browser. One more is there, it is your Firefox is supporting, some Internet Explorer is not there. So basically the thing is, what I'm trying to show you here is that I purchased this laptop around 2014 or 15. Okay, and after that, the 6 to 7 years has been passed. I have not spent a single penny on this. मैंने एक पैसे भी इसके ऊपर खर्चा नहीं करे है. That is whether I am going for antivirus or something like that. No. Okay. So this is the basic part. That is we don't have any virus for this. That is generally जो Windows के लिए virus होते हैं उनका extension .exe होता है. तो इसके लिए वो वायरस काम नहीं करता है, तो इसीलिए इसमें जल्दी वायरस वगैरह के जाने के चांसेस बहुत कम होते हैं. And that is why it is basically used for office purpose and everything, and most use is in Bangalore. We use the Linux operating systems. Okay, starting with the last one. Okay, if I'm going to show you this thing, that is your robot birds. These are the birds which are being prepared by the humans, just like your robots. And this is a robotic falcon which does the serious work at the Edmonton International Airport. Okay, so the basic work is to take away the real birds from the airport. Okay, now I'm going to explain you this thing. Most of the instances, or in the news or in the newspapers, you will find this thing, that is when the plane is taking off or landing, that is जब plane उड़ने वाला रहता है या land करने वाला रहता है, तो the fans which are there, okay, जो दोनों तरफ के aeroplanes के दोनों तरफ fans होते हैं जो run करते रहते हैं. Sometimes what happens, these birds they keep on flying and suddenly they enter into that fan. Okay, as a result of which fire occurs. Okay, and this may damage the aeroplane and it may cause even accidents as well. So what does this robot bird do? It just helps to eradicate or to fly away the real birds just by simply using the remotes and controllers from the office or from any of the chambers, so that we can avoid any kind of accidents from here. Okay, on the airports while taking off or while landing. Is that clear to each and everyone? So this was all for today. Next class we will be moving ahead with some more page numbers and at the same time with some more interesting facts and inventions. Okay, this robot bird was one of the latest science inventions of 2019 or 20, I don't remember that, but this was one of it. Okay, moving ahead with this, this was all for today. Till the next class, please be safe, take all the necessary precautions, and thanks a lot for being with me. Have a superb day ahead. Thank you.